is Kevin Markman, and welcome back to Relationship Ready. Today, we're going to talk about a little more about how codependency and the addiction thing kicks in. Because there's a generational predisposition to be like, maybe I'm going to be an addict. But you're not just an addict to substances like alcohol and drugs. You can be an addict to gambling, you can be an addict to shopping, you can be an addict to eating, and you can be an addict to your relationship, your partner. Yeah, I know you know somebody or are somebody or were somebody who somebody was addicted to. And the addiction is the adrenaline, the dopamine, the norepinephrine, the serotonin. It's kicked into your brain the same way that cocaine keeps dopamine from being reuptaked into your brain. It keeps releasing it. So you start getting the cravings and the withdrawal. And you're like, I need that. I need them. I need that person. And that need is one of the aspects of addiction. It's not the only one, because a lot of people who are addicts say, well, I don't need it. But need can be one part. It's not the essential thing, because you can also be an addict even if you don't need it. But the cravings, the desire, if your number one relationship, which hopefully wouldn't be with alcohol or drugs, or if it is, you'd be able to figure that out and work on that. If your number one relationship was somebody who you're addicted to, addiction's a toxic progressive disease. So you can be in love and enthralled and in life with a person without being addicted. But if it's toxic and progressive and continues to go down that horrible, horrible hill into depression, into anxiety, into constant stress, not the ups and downs, but the up and then the down, and the up, down, 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 then maybe you're in a toxic relationship, maybe you're in addiction. And if you're in addiction, that's the struggle. So how do you get out of that? Healthy boundaries, healthy communication, healthy coping skills. Those are the things that we will continue to talk about to prepare you for your relationship, whether you're in it already or not. But the first step is to admit it. Are you in a toxic relationship? Some of your relationships are more toxic than others. And it's not a black and white thing. Are you in somewhat of a toxic relationship? Or is it just destroying you? If you look back on your relationships, which ones were about you feeding that addiction, and which ones were about them, or maybe you were codependent? You may not know yet, but that's the work, is to figure out what's yours and what's theirs. If you're the common denominator in each of those relationships that makes it toxic, you're toxic. Maybe the person you're with is toxic too. Excuse me. Apparently talking about all this toxicity is bringing up some toxic in me. But if you're the common denominator, and maybe you've been with other common denominators too, because that's the struggle, is to how do you become healthy enough to start to attract more healthy people? Because if you're toxic, you attract toxic. If you're healthier, you attract more health. And that's why it's so important to work on yourself and be more healthy yourself, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, because you should be most important. And most people in relationships are like, no, my partner should be most important. But if your partner's most important, they should be next most important after you've taken care of you and not neglected yourself. So don't neglect yourself, support yourself, and then you can support your partner and stay out of toxic, addictive relationships also. I'm Kevin Markman. We'll see you next time on Relationship Ready.